ladies and gentlemen, we finally have a super realistic AI video generator that you can actually use right now. Yes, you can sign up and try it for free today. Now, just to give you some background on what's been going on in the world of AI video generation, we've seen a lot of previews of really awesome video generators like OpenAI's Sora, which they have not released to the public yet, and then we also have Google's Veo, which they also have not released to the public, but you can join their waitlist. And then we also had Kling recently, which you can use, but you need to register with a Chinese number, which I'm guessing if you're on YouTube, you probably don't have a Chinese number. So long story short is, you can't use any of these. Well, today, finally, we have another competitor, and this is called Dream Machine by Luma Labs, and yes, you can sign up and try it right now. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to show you some test generations and compare it with the other video generators out there. Alright, so the tool is called Dream Machine by Luma Labs. I'll link to this in the description below, and yes, you can try it out for free right now. Here are some of their sample clips. Now, these could be cherry-picked, but of course, I'm going to go in and actually battle test this and see if this is as good as they showcase. Now, just really quickly, let me just show you the specs. So here it says Dream Machine generates 5-second shots. So currently the limit is only 5 seconds, whereas other generators like Google's Veo or Kling can generate up to 2 minutes of video. And then here it says it can generate 120 frames. So if you divide that by 5 seconds, it's 24 frames per second. So that's like cinematic quality. And it can generate an entire 5-second video in only 2 minutes, which we'll see in a second. And then here it says it can create consistent characters. As you can see from these sample clips, indeed the characters remain consistent throughout the video. There's no glitches or hallucinations that you might have seen with previous Stable Diffusion videos. And then finally, here are some other shots. You can see this thing can generate fast videos, whereas, existing video generators that you can use today, like Runway or Pika, they can only do really basic things like zooming or panning, but shots with more movement or action scenes, they completely fail to generate those. And then here they're showcasing additional features that they will implement in the future. So it seems like from this video, you can kind of in-paint or basically edit certain features of the clip. So you can change the fireball in this guy's hand. You can change the guy's face to like realistic or animation. It's going to be a really versatile tool, and they only announced this today, so this is like the alpha version 1. It's only going to get better and better. And then in this video, you can see it's basically the same as Sora's feature, where you can morph from one scene to another scene quite seamlessly. So really, really cool. I really love this effect. All right, let's jump right in. I'm really dying to try this out. So going to this page, which I'll link to in the description below. At the top right corner, you're going to see this Try Now button, which will take you to the sign up page. You just need to sign up with Google. And then once you're in, it's really simple. All you have to do is enter in your prompt and click generate, or you can also upload an image as your start frame and then click generate. It's as simple as that. There's also just one setting where you can enhance your prompt. So this is a feature that automatically adds more to your prompt so that it can generate a better video. I would recommend leaving this option on most of the time unless you have a very specific prompt which you want the video to be followed very literally. All right, so let's try it out right now. I'm going to test out a really simple prompt and compare it to Kling's video. This is basically a panda playing guitar by the lakeside. So I'm going to type this in. Panda playing guitar by the lake side, and then I'll click generate. And by the way, I'm seeing this message at the top right now. This tool is going viral as we speak, so they do claim that generations take around 2 minutes. However, due to extremely high demand, your request will be queued. And just looking at the comments in their Discord community and on their Twitter page, it seems like users need to wait like 2 to 3 hours for one generation. So just keep that in mind, at least as of right now. It's going to take like 3 hours before you can actually generate something. All right, so here is my generation. And indeed, we get a panda playing guitar by the lakeside. Now, I would say there are certain noticeable flaws with this. The strings aren't straight, and there aren't really 6 strings on this guitar. Plus, the hands of the panda are human hands. So this just looks like a human dressed in a panda suit and not a real panda. However, this still still is like way better than the video generators that we can use today, which includes Runway and Pika Labs. You can see the background, the pine trees are very consistent, the leaves are very consistent. You can see the ripples in the lakeside, also super consistent. You can even see some reflections of the pine trees on the lake, so it understands reflections and the physics of light very well. And by the way, one prompt actually gives you 2 generations. So here is the second generation. And this time it looks a lot more realistic. This is actually really good and way above my expectations. If you've been playing around with Stable Diffusion or even Midjourney or other image generators, you might notice that they suck at generating guitars and guitar strings. But you can see here, the guitar strings are straight. That's already a huge breakthrough. And in this video, the panda does have panda hands, and it is playing the guitar by a lakeside. All right, let me try to generate a video to compare it with Sora. So here's the original Sora video. I'm going to copy the exact prompt that OpenAI used into Luma Labs. The prompt is beautiful, snowy Tokyo City is bustling. The camera moves through the bustling city street, following several people enjoying the beautiful snowy weather and shopping at nearby stalls. Gorgeous sakura petals are flying through the wind along the snowflakes. So let's click generate and see what we get. All right, and here are the 2 generations that I got. You can see it's not perfect, but it does maintain consistency of the people, of all the objects really well. Like there's so much detail in this video, from the street signs to, the people to the snow and the trees, but everything is just super consistent. This is just absolutely incredible, and it blows all the existing video generators that we can use today right out of the water. And here's the second generation, again, just really awesome. Like the way it can capture how these humans walk and move so realistically, it's just amazing. And everything is just very consistent. Now, of course, the street signs, the characters aren't really legible. This is a known problem with Stable Diffusion and other AI generators. But again, I am just so impressed by the consistency of this video. All right, next I'm going to generate a video to compare with Kling's infamous eating videos. Kling is known to be really good at generating videos of people eating. So first prompt I'm going to use is a boy eating a hamburger. Let's see what that gives us. All right, you can see his hands are messed up, as we have seen with, most AI image and video generators. They just still suck at generating hands and fingers. And then you can see this kid isn't really taking the hamburger and eating it. He's just kind of chewing on nothing. So definitely not as good as Kling in terms of making videos of people eating. All right, here's my second generation. You can see this kid is picking up a burger or something and then attempting to eat it, but this looks pretty awful, okay? The fingers are off, his mouth is off. It clearly cannot generate a video of people eating. All right, I also want to compare this with Kling's video of this man eating a bowl of noodles, which I think is like the most realistic video that was showcased by Kling. So let's try this out. Let's try a man using chopsticks to eat a bowl of noodles. And then we'll click generate. And then here are my 2 generations. All right, well, here you can see the noodles are kind of missing. The chopsticks are deformed somehow. He's not really eating. Again, we can see Luma Labs is just not great at making videos of people eating. All right, this one is slightly better. At least we can see the noodles here. He is trying to eat the noodles. It seems like he's not enjoying it very much, I'll tell you that. Again, it doesn't really capture the movement of, his mouth slurping the noodles. It's just not realistic. Notice the chopsticks are not consistent, nor do they look realistic. And then especially his left hand, oh my goodness, he has 10 fingers or something. So yeah, it's still not very good with hands and fingers. But overall, again, this is still a league better than Runway, which can't even make people eat. All right, next I want to generate some videos to compare with some well-known Sora videos. So you've probably seen this video from Sora. The prompt is: the camera follows behind a white vintage SUV with a black roof rack as it speeds up a steep dirt road surrounded by pine trees on a steep mountain slope, etc., etc., etc. So I'm just going to copy this prompt, and then again, I'll paste it in here and then click generate. And here's what I got. Here's the first variation. You can see the rack is not very consistent. It just morphs into these different shapes, and This is a common problem I've found with video generators. I mentioned this when I did the video about Kling as well, where whatever algorithm they use, I assume it's a diffusion model, it's not good with generating vertical objects such as bars or guitar strings or pipes. So as you can see with this example, the rack is just totally messed up. It deforms over time. It's probably the same issue. However, you can see the pine trees are very consistent. It is trying to follow the prompt quite well. So it is a steep dirt road surrounded by pine trees on a steep mountain slope. It does kick dust up from its tires, and the sunlight is shining on the SUV. All right, here's generation number 2. This is very interesting. Somehow it changed to a second scene right in the middle of the generation. You can see, right? It's not like one consistent scene. So that's interesting. And then, this is overall a lot more consistent than the first variation. You can see the car looks quite realistic. And then again, the surrounding environment, the pine trees, the mountains, they look very consistent and realistic. This is pretty good. All right, here's another famous Sora video. So the prompt here is aerial view of Santorini during the blue hour, showcasing the stunning architecture of the white cyclic buildings with blue domes, etc., etc. I'm just going to copy the entire prompt and then paste it into Luma and then click generate. All right, and here is what I got. So here is the first generation. You can see everything is just really consistent. This indeed looks like an aerial view. This movement is way quicker and way more complex than what you can generate in Runway and Picolab. So this is by far the best video generator that you can use right now. I am just really impressed by this. Here is my second generation. Again, just really beautiful. All the buildings are super consistent. I cannot find any flaws with this. All right, next I'm going to compare this Sora video. So the prompt here is a Chinese Lunar New Year celebration video with Chinese dragon. And you can see, at least from Sora's generation, this is very complex. There are so many humans in this scene. Everything seems to be very consistent. You can see there's a lot of detail in this original Sora video. Let's see if Luma Dream Machine can generate this. All right, here's my first generation. The dragon looks kind of weird. It does not look like, a Chinese festival dragon. The humans are consistent to some extent, but with this very quick camera panning, the humans do kind of deform in shape. And then you can see the Chinese characters on this sign. They're not real Chinese characters, but again, this is just a very common problem with Stable Diffusion and other AI generators. They're not really good at generating characters. All right, here is my second generation. Wow, this is really good. Holy smokes. I can't believe it can generate all these humans dancing, and then there are more humans in the background clapping, and everything is just so consistent. Holy smokes. I am really impressed by this generation. Even though, I guess there isn't really a dragon in this video, but this is so detailed and I did not expect an AI video generator to, create so much movement and so much detail in one video. I'm really impressed by this shot. All right, next, the prompt you've all been waiting for, Will Smith eating spaghetti. How do you spell spaghetti? Is it H? I believe it's H. Let's see what this can generate. All right, and this is what I got. You can see this is not Will Smith, and again, it's not great at generating videos of people eating things. You can see the fork is kind of messed up. He's not really eating the pasta. The pasta is inconsistent across this entire video. It's not great. All right, let's try something different. I really want to test its capabilities in generating high movement scenes. So I'm going to prompt it with high action fight scene with 2 mafia men and see what it can generate. And this is what I got. Holy smokes. So I'm very impressed by this. You can see there are some noticeable deformations, but overall, if you compare this with the video generators we've seen all this time, I am very impressed by this. These 2 mafia men are clearly fighting it out. They're yelling and shouting at each other. And the camera is just moving so fast in this scene. I am really impressed by this. This is the first time I've actually seen an AI video generator, which you can use, generate such a high movement action scene. This is really, really impressive. Even though it's not perfect, as you can see, there are noticeable flaws, but just the fact that it's able to generate, the overall scene is already a huge leap forward. All right, next, let's see if it can generate anime. So I'm going to write 2D anime style girl with pink hair in a cyberpunk city. And let's see if it can generate that. Holy smokes, so it can generate anime as well. That is awesome. I am so impressed by this. Again, you can see the signs are not great, but I mean, it can generate anime. I have not seen a good text-to-video generator that can make anime. Pika Labs is close, but it's not great. But here, this does look like anime. All right, on the note of animation, let me try anime girl fighting a monster. Again, I'm trying to test the limits of this tool. I know it works great for like videos of slower movements, but let's see if it can generate an anime fight scene. If it can do this, I'd be mind blown. All right, here's what I got. And holy shit, this is crazy. I mean, this is not perfect, but just comparing to what we've had so far, I've never seen another video generator even come close to generating a fight scene like this for anime. Holy smokes. I don't know what training data they use. They probably like trained this on tons of anime, but this totally looks like a fight scene straight from an anime. I am just mind blown by this. This is the mind blown moment of the day. Let me tell you about this awesome AI assistant called Chat-LLM by our sponsor Abacus AI. You can try it for free via the link in the description below. Chat-LLM is an awesome way to use different LLMs all in one place. This includes the newest GPT-4o, Meta's Llama 3, Anthropic's Claude Opus, and more. Not only can you chat with it like a regular chatbot, but it also retrieves the latest data from the web, ensuring that your output is the most up-to-date. You can also get these LLMs to generate images for you right in the chat, so there's no need to head to a separate image generation platform. You can also create custom AI agents designed to perform specific tasks, whether it's automating customer support, generating reports, or any other function. Your custom AI agent will handle it with precision. And collaboration is made easy with Chat-LLM. You can invite team members to join the same chat thread, ensuring everyone is on the same page and can contribute to the chat. Moreover, Chat-LLM integrates seamlessly with various enterprise platforms such as Slack, Teams, and more, so you can incorporate AI into your existing workflows without any hassle. Experience the power and versatility of Chat-LLM by Abacus AI today. Try it for free via the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Alright, next I'm going to attempt to generate this video from OpenAI's Sora. This is very tricky because they probably do not have a real video of pirate ships swirling in a cup of coffee in their training data. So it's able to kind of just understand what's going on and generate a realistic looking video of pirate ships swirling in a cup of coffee. So let me paste this into Dream Machine and see if it can also generate something of this extent. So I'm just gonna paste in pirate ships swirling in a cup of coffee. And here's what I got. So this is not great. You can see the cup of coffee is swirling, but the pirate ships don't really look like pirate ships. This is just not a good generation. There's not much more to say than that. Next, I'm going to try this video from Kling. So this is a corgi wearing sunglasses walking on the beach. And here's what I got from Luma Labs. And this is really good. I mean, this is indeed a corgi wearing sunglasses walking on the beach. Insanely good. Notice like the reflections of the sunglasses. It really understands, real world physics. It understands how light works. This is really good. All right, next I'm going to use this prompt from OpenAI. So this is OpenAI's video. This is a 3D animation of a small, round, fluffy creature with big, expressive eyes, explores a vibrant, enchanted forest, etc., etc., etc. So I'm just going to copy the entire prompt and then paste that into Luma. And here's what I got. So not exactly a 3D animation. This looks very realistic, by the way, especially, the foliage of this video and the stream in the background. This looks so realistic. But anyways, this wasn't the point of the prompt, right? The prompt is 3D animation. It did not really generate a 3D animation, but nevertheless, this is a creature with expressive eyes, and this does look like a blend between a rabbit and a squirrel. So, it did follow the prompt to some extent. Overall, if you were not going for a 3D animation and you really wanted to generate a realistic rabbit-like creature, this looks perfect. All right, here's the second generation. This one looks much more like a 3D animation. You can see it doesn't really have expressive eyes, which we specified in the prompt, but it is exploring this vibrant, enchanted forest. And I'm not sure if it looks like a blend of a rabbit and a squirrel. It's just like a small fluffy creature, honestly. But nevertheless, you can see that this tool can absolutely generate 3D animations. Again, notice it's cutting from one scene to another in the video. All right, next, I want to recreate this. So this is a man and a woman walk hand in hand under the starry sky. This is a video by Kling AI. And then here's the Luma video. Oh, I really like this feel. It's like panning down from a starry sky into this scene with a man and a woman walking hand in hand. Very beautiful. Again, it's hard to find any noticeable flaws with this scene. Everything is just very consistent. This totally looks like a scene straight from a movie. All right, here's another one. Same prompt, a man and a woman walk hand in hand under the starry sky. We don't really see a starry sky here. Plus, I don't really see their hands, so it's just not great at generating hands and fingers. But other than that, I mean, the characters are super consistent. You can see them talking and looking at each other so realistically. This just captures the natural movements of humans really well. All right, next I'm going to recreate this. This is a scene from Kling. This is an astronaut runs on the surface of the moon. It should be a pretty easy scene to recreate. Let's see what Luma Labs is able to do. All right, so here's the video from Luma Labs, and I must say, this is pretty good. This is indeed an astronaut running on the surface of the moon. I am very impressed by this. The astronaut remains quite consistent across the entire video. All right, here's the second generation. You can see his feet are kind of messed up. They're like changing shape. They're disappearing and reappearing at times. But other than that, again, I have to say this scene is quite good. Again, comparing it to just all the video generators out there that you can use right now, this is by far the best one. I mean, others like Pika or Runway, they can't even generate a person walking or running. All right, let's try something different. I'm going to upload an image now. So this is image to video, and all you have to do is click on this button here. And so I'm going to upload this image. Just to describe it, this is anime style, girl with brown hair, red dress, and it looks like she's chatting with excitement. So let me try this. I'm going to click generate, and then here's what I got. Ooh, you can see this is not good. Her face is just all messed up. Yeah, this video was not consistent. All right, let me see the second variation. Again, the girl is just not consistent. She just kind of disappears. Her face was all messed up. So yeah, this was not a successful video. All right, next I want to compare this. So this is a scene from Kling. The prompt is a little white rabbit wearing glasses is sitting on a chair in a cafe and reading a newspaper. There is a cup of hot coffee on the table. And I entered this prompt into Luma Labs, and here's what I got. This is awesome. Wow. I do not have access to Kling since I don't have a Chinese number, so I'm not sure how good their like 3D animation videos are, but you can see from this video from Luma, this is insanely good. You can totally see how this can be used in, like a Disney or Pixar movie. Here's another generation. Notice that in the prompt, I did not specify that this was 2D or 3D or whatever. So it just kind of decided to give me a 2D animation this time. You can see when the rabbit moves, there were some deformities in its face, but other than that, I mean, everything else looks kind of okay. And here's a strange phenomenon. Again, it just cut into a different scene right in the middle of the video. So that was interesting. And by the way, this does not only work for horizontal images, so you can also upload a vertical image. So for example, you can upload a vertical image. Here's a generation from Stable Diffusion. And for the prompt, I'm just going to write beautiful girl talking, seaside at night, zoom out. And let's see if it can follow this zoom out command. So I'm going to press generate. And here's the first generation. You can see her face is kind of warped as she turned around, and she's not talking. All right, she's not having it. She does not want to talk to me. All right, here's the second generation. You can see it is zooming out a bit, but I mean, other than that, it really does continue from the initial frame. So I must say this is not bad. I just want to get a beautiful AI girl to talk to me, but nope, she's not having it. All right, next I want to generate something similar to this Kling video, which someone pointed out this video is not correct because the sunset is both in the side view mirror as well as in front of the car, which should not exist. So I entered in the same prompt into Luma Labs, and here's what I got. Well, this one isn't really showing any side view mirror, and it looks like at the end there, the car is driving off the road. Oh my goodness. But other than that, I mean, what a beautiful video. This can totally be used for like a car commercial. All right, this is the video that I was trying to generate, but you can see we can't really see any sunset view in the side view mirror. So yeah, I couldn't really test out if it understood that a sunset should only be on one side of the sky. And then it looks like the car is drifting the whole time, like it's not driving straight along the road. So there's some noticeable flaws here. So those were all the generations that I was able to test out for now. Again, this thing is going viral as we speak, so one generation, at least for now, took way longer than 2 minutes. But I also found this really cool clip that someone shared on Twitter using this tool. They likely used Stable Diffusion to generate the initial scene and then plugged it into Dream Machine using image to video. But just look how realistic this thing is. Holy smokes. I am just so impressed by this generation. And I mean, there are now like tons of users sharing this on the Luma Discord as well as on Twitter. And finally, let me tell you the limits here. So if you click on account, you can see that you are limited to 30 free generations for the month. As of today, they're probably going to limit this even further or increase the pricing even further because I would assume video generation is quite expensive. So definitely take advantage of this free plan right now and try this out today. And by the way, I am not telling you this, but you could just create another Google account to get 30 more generations. I did not just tell you that. And finally, I want to end by saying this is just the alpha and version 1 of this, which was only released today, so this is the worst it's going to get. This technology is only going to get better and better. Plus, as they've specified at the bottom of their landing page, they're going to add more functions to this, such as seamlessly transitioning from one scene to another, and even allowing you to change certain aspects of the video. This is just really, really exciting. Let me know in the comments what you think of this, and if you've generated some cool videos, welcome to share in the comments as well. I'll continue to look out for the coolest and latest AI tools to share with you. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Also, we built a site where you can find all the AI tools out there, as well as look for jobs in AI, machine learning, and data science. So check that out at ai-search.io. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.